Yo, what is up everybody? It's Shadow, and today we're gonna be doing a new series for Modern Warfare. Multiplayer only, no Warzone. Well, these builds can be for Warzone, but you know, they are more effective in multiplayer. So, starting off today is the first episode in this series. Is gonna be, you know, lots of I'm planning on like seasons, you know, kind of whack, but hey. You know, I'm gonna do like different themes. So this theme is gonna be military mil-spec builds, you know, actual real life builds, and then the other ones are just gonna be like for fun, and then another one that is gonna be like sort of realistic, you know. But today we're gonna be starting off with a couple of well, the first build in the series, and this is gonna be the one of the more realistic ones. So I'm gonna show a quick disclaimer in a second, but you know, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and comment down below what weapons you want to see next. And without further ado, I might show the disclaimer about, like, I don't know, right after I'm done. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here's a disclaimer: some of these weapons will require weapon blueprints. Alright, so we have our M16A4. Good build we made. Keep in mind, if you probably already heard the disclaimer, but this is a blueprint. That's why it's all blacked out. So some of these builds will require a blueprint. However, I will show you how to make them without the blueprint. You know, it doesn't really matter if you do or don't. I just really like the aesthetics of the black. You know, it looks more in line with the real life counterpart. Alright, so let's get into the build. So let's take off everything. And now we have our base Mark 18 or M4A1 in the game. You know, the blueprint also is called the Thunderclap, and it's from a bundle that came with an operator and this blueprint, which is, I think it was worth it. It was like 900 COD points. You know, for a blacked out M4, very good bundle in my opinion, very good deal. And it's a good build. I mean, not the best, obviously not the best. I would tweak a lot of things, but you know, it's still a great build. Anyway, we're not came here for the blueprint. We're here for the build. Okay. So, for starters, we're gonna start with the stock. Clear as day, M16 stock. No blueprints. You know, no customs needed. Just good old M16 stock for the, you know, aiming stability. And the cons, aim locking movement speed, but you're not really... I'll get into how this weapon will work, but, you know, just don't worry about the cons, pretty much. Alright. For barrel, put on the Corvus Custom Marksman. Now, it says custom 19-inch M16A4 barrel. You see M16A4, that's the build we're making. It's gonna improve our damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. But the cons is aim down sight speed and movement speed. You know, it's not really a huge con, because even with the larger barrels, the M4 still has a great ADS time. So, you know, it's not really a big deal. So, just put that on. And you pretty much have the build right now, but we want to keep it, you know, get it in line with a more realistic build. So, but you could, you know, you could stop the video anytime and just do this, and then build off from there. Alright, so for underbarrel, you want to use the Ranger foregrip. Now, you're gonna be wondering why mine's looks different. It's because I put on the Gunsmith Customs, the Task Force Ranger foregrip from a blueprint, and I'll show you that in a minute. So if we go down here, I'll just get rid of this class right here. You have the M4, right? This is the Task Force blueprint. It comes. You see the barrel, the underbarrel right there, the Ranger foregrip. This came with the Modern Warfare 2 Remastered bundle. I think it's still active. I don't know. Let me know down below if you think this is still available. But I'm pretty sure it is. You can still buy Modern Warfare Remastered with the bundle, but The main reason why I bought this is because of this. I couldn't. I like Modern Warfare Remastered, but I was disappointed that it was a campaign only. But I was more looking forward to the blueprint. The blueprint was very, it has that telescopic buttstock. It has the actual M4 barrel, 14.5-inch barrel. It looks like an M4. But yeah, I bought it mainly because of this. But there's a whole nother video about this blueprints, but I'm not gonna spoil it. So let's get back to the build. So yeah, that's, for any confusion, that's why I'm saying that there's gonna be a lot of gunsmith customs and blueprints in this build, in builds to come. But I'll try to make some builds that you guys can make without blueprints. Okay, so moving on to the optic. You want the scout combat optic. Now we don't have an ACOG. It kind of sucks. There's not an ACOG in the game, but the closest you can get is the scout, or you could use a flip. Because the military uses that as well. This is for the Army and USMC, both factions of the Army. M16A4 is still used today. They're just trying to get it out, but it's still used today. And I don't think it'll ever get out yet until the next generation weapons or whatever. But you can use a holographic sight if you want to for close range, but we're mainly gonna focus on long range engagements. Even though because the M16A4 is a rifle, a full length rifle, 20-inch barrel. This thing is large, so you want to mainly play ground war, long range maps, and just you want to pick people off at range with this build, especially after the next detachment. But yeah, you want to put on the scout combat. And then for reticles, you have to use the T-pose because that's what the LCANs use, or this LCAN series uses this reticle type. This is the closest we could get to the actual reticle for the scout combat, so just put that on there. And then finally, now it all depends on your preference. You can make the burst fire, which is actually the real fire rate for the M16A4. It doesn't have it doesn't have full auto capability. It's only burst, semi-automatic burst, and full auto. I mean, in semi-auto. My bad. And you could just put on burst, and it has the 3-round burst and semi-auto. So you could either put on burst, and that's your build. Pretty cool. However, it is missing something on that top, the barrel on the top desk. The top little thing right there. You wanna remove the burst. And for aesthetics, in reality, people really the military uses the PAC-15 laser. So this is the TAC laser. It looks a lot like a PAC-15. I think it is one. Yeah, I think that is the PAC-15. So the PAC-15 laser sight and flashlight and night vision laser. It looks very clean. Like this looks like an M16A4. It really does. This is 100% an M16A4. However, you don't have the burst fire, so it's fully automatic. So it's incorrectly an M16A4 at this point. It's an M16A3. So keep that in mind. But if you don't like the burst fire, go ahead and make it full auto. The burst fire mechanics in this game isn't really the best. Only for this gun, at least. They're not the best. The fire rate is very low. The burst delay is low, and the damage does not align with the burst at all. It is always a 2-burst kill. And with stopping power, it's a 1 burst if you can land all your shots, and the recoil doesn't get to you, but always a 2-burst kill, maybe 3. If you miss shots, the time to kill drastically drops. But yeah, so you put on the burst fire, and that is our build for the M16A4. Pretty iconic weapon in the U.S. military and armed forces. Has been serving us since I think 1967 or 1951. But yeah, I'm gonna give you guys some real life stats. The M16 rifle is a part of the M16 platform, AR-15 platform. It is the older brother to the M4, and it's been in service since 1964 to present. Its effective firing range is 500 meters or 601 yards. and point target is at 800 or 875 yards. Maximum fire range is about 3,600 meters, so this is actually a rifle, and or 3,937 yards. The caliber is 5.56. You know, 5.56 by 45 NATO. The length is 39.5 inches, and it was released in March of 1964. Now the original, you know, the M16A1s and the M16, you know, the first M16, and then there was the XM something, which was the real, like the real first M16, but it was designed by Eugene Stoner and Armalite, you know, company, and eventually Colt. So yeah, that's the M16A4. So now we're gonna cut into some gameplay, and we're gonna cut into some gameplay about the how it works, the recoil, and all that sorts of stuff. So I'll see you then. Alright.
Team deathmatch. We've got enemy inbound, lock and load.
So we got our M16A4. A pretty solid weapon overall. So let's just get into the light. So let's just hit that inspect. Very nice weapon. Aesthetically pleasing. Alright, so let's go into the recoil. So yes, obviously the aim down sight is pretty slow, but not too slow. Like, it's not insanely slow. Like for ground war, this can go by. But you're not supposed to use this thing in CQC. This is only for picking people off range. That's why there's no aim down sight, you know, attachments. So how do you play with this weapon? You gotta play, like, you know, play long range, you know, stay away from the combat, you know, play very carefully, because that burst fire can either kill you, or, you know, you gotta pretty much kill people unsuspectingly, like a sniper. So let's look at the recoil. As you can see, very tight. I wouldn't say there's like not even a lot of recoil at all. Let's do that again. Yeah, if you look at that grouping, there is no recoil. So that's a plus. I mean, if you can't hit all your shots, that drastically hurts your time to kill, like I said, but that is a pretty good grouping. Now, the fire rate, not the best. Certainly, if you're going against, like, good players, you're gonna miss your shots because they're probably jump shotting and bunny hopping and dodging all your bullets, but, you know, unsuspecting foes, this will drop them down. So yeah, for recoil control, pretty good. For movement speed, you know, it's not the best. Hey, it could be better. Movement speed's alright. Maneuvers, it's alright. But yeah, that is the M16A4, and you also have semi-auto. In case, you know, you want to be as accurate as possible. But, you know, the military, the reason why the M16 want people to waste ammo and burst fire is pretty much the same thing as automatic. You know, 3 shots can take something down. And, you know, I mean, not in this game, but 3 shots is more than enough to take an armed target down, you know, or an enemy down. So, that's why they switched to burst fire, because of ammo consumption and ammo preservation, but also because, you know, 3 shots is enough. But yeah, that is the M16A4. We're gonna cut to some gameplay with some bots and see how well we can do with it. Alright, so we're in a game with bots.
Free for all. You're on your own, soldier.
Gonna see how this gun is gonna do. So yeah, if you hit headshots, you know, obviously this is Modern Warfare. Headshots are always key to winning the game and winning gunfights. See how long that time to kill is? Not the best. And especially if you miss shots, but you want to hit those headshots to get the one burst kill. Damn, it just got melted by the AS valve. See? That gun is just way better than the M16A4. Damn. See what I mean? This gun is not good in like medium range, but very good at long range. Damn. Yeah, I think a good strategy is to use flashbangs. That's a great strategy. Yeah, flashbangs is the way to go if you want to play aggressively. It's not that the M4 is bad. It's actually one of the top tier weapons in multiplayer. It's that the burst fire is 3-round burst, right? 3 bullets. But this gun takes 4 bullets to kill. So the time to kill is greatly lengthened by the burst. Stopping power. That's a 3-round burst across the board. Unless you miss shots. And you only get 1 round, you only get 1 mag of stopping power, so make it last. See that 1 burst right there? Easy. Damn. Alright, well, we got a phosphorus.
Copy, Phoenix 3-1, dropping white phosphorus. 233 non-station.
A shotgun can hit that far? Damn. This kill streak combo is the most powerful. I think I invented this freaking white phosphorus VTOL jet.
Mission accomplished. Get back
Not that bad. I mean, in a regular match, you know, with skill-based matchmaking, probably not gonna do so well, but you know, with bots, it's always the best. So I hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you do, you know, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. And get to making the next video pretty soon. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace.